He's dead to me, William Shatner.
Okay.
Whoa.
Because
Welcome to Modern Jester, where we review all things comedy. Today we'll be taking a look at the Tiger Belly episode with Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer has recently released a movie, and if you've listened to any podcasts with him on it in the past month, this will be no surprise to you. So from the very get-go, Bert says he's tired of talking about himself, and then goes on to continually talk about himself. He just can't help himself.
It's too much talking about me. And you know what happens is, like, I forgot how much fun just getting on a podcast and fucking talking to people is. I am done promoting a fucking thing. Or did I tell you about this tour? All I've been doing is promoting.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving for Fully Loaded tonight, and I'm done. Hey, did I tell you about my movie? I've been in therapy like twice a week. I'm done. Or did I tell you about my special, Razzle Dazzle? Or can I tell you about my fall tour?
you're going your tour.
He interrupts Bobby as he tries to tell a story over and over again.
I'll tell you what it is. I've told you this before, but I'll say it again, dude. I'm passionate about it. He's dead to me, William Shatner.
Okay.
Whoa.
Because I've had fucked up experience with him, so he's dead to me in front of life. That's why I used to be a Star Trek, the original, but now I'm only Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, dog.
So Bobby goes on to tell the story, an encounter that he had with William Shatner. Then Bert tries his best over and over again to just derail the conversation and take it his way.
I'm done.
Let me tell you about William Shatner, my friend.
And by the way,
Bill.
you do that, and I'm going to fucking light up Gene Simmons. Keep going.
Oh, you have one Gene Simmons? Oh, fuck, bro.
Fuckers got it coming. I'm done.
Let me tell you about William Shatner, my friend. So years ago.
Yeah.
And I had to put it on private.
Follow that guy and go, can you work for me?
Yeah.
Can you work for me? Because you know me just as well as I know. Better than my wife.
Bill Shatner.
Bill Shatner.
Hello. Oh, you have one Gene Simmons? Oh, fuck, bro.
Fuckers got it coming.
And I had to put it on private.
And so I started crying, but when I cry, I feel silly, so I start giggling.
Yeah.
So it's a weird laugh-cry thing.
Yeah.
And then I got done, and he was like, that was interesting.
That's not good, though.
And
Here, Bert reveals a hidden talent of his. One that isn't so much hidden anymore, since he's learned that he can monetize it, making himself cry even in the most trivial of circumstances.
Interesting's not a good thing.
I ended up talking to him about it. 20 years later, I run into Bill Shatner, and I said, you made me cry in front of you. And he goes, I remember it.
So Bert goes on to tell a story about meeting William Shatner 20 years ago, and that William made him cry in front of him, and that he ran into him just recently, and that William remembered that.
Wow.
He remembers that.
I remember it. Yeah, well, I mean, he probably made a bunch of people cry, and then I was one of the ones. His house is right by Joe Coy's house. His office is right by Joe Coy's house.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Lee calls him out on it being on his validity, and then he deflects, going on about where his house is, and it's just obviously, it seems very suspicious.
You're done.
I'm done.
Let me tell you about William Shatner, my friend.
And by the way,
Bill.
you do that, and I'm going to fucking light up Gene Simmons. Keep going.
Bert then goes on to complain that his fans have grown tired of hearing the same stories over and over again on his podcast.
I've told the same story a lot. I like telling the same story. That's how it gets better. But then they're like, Bert just tells the same fucking story.
I know.
We get it. Rogan changed your life. Enough.
It is literally the same stories that have made him famous, the same story that he's made a movie about. And yeah, you would think that there could be some new material, some new content, but he keeps beating the same dead horse.
But let me go back to Bill Shatner, dude.
Wait, before you start this.
I feel like what you're doing right now, pushing me until I tell it 30 minutes later. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not.
I'm not playing this game with you, dude.
Follow that guy and go, can you work for me?
Yeah.
Can you work for me? Because you know me just as well as I know. Better than my wife.
Bill Shatner.
Bill Shatner.
Hello. Billboard Awards goes, can you play Kim Jong-un?
That's right.
So I go, okay. So they go, come to Vegas. So they had me in Kim Jong-un in the audience, and D.L. Hughley was supposed to do a bit with me on stage, but he forgot to do it. So I just sat there in the audience as Kim Jong-un, and that didn't do nothing. Yeah. I sat there all show, and he didn't do it. And I'm sitting there, and now people are going, why the fuck is this guy sitting here? It's Kim Jong-un. All right, so that's what happened. So the year later...
I just want you to know that in telling this story, as a superior storyteller than you, like I'm better than you.
Well,
No, I know I am.
I know you
I
are.
know I am.
You're
yeah.
a good one.
This is one of my favorite stories you've ever told. It already sets up this is a great setup because DL Hughley forgot to tell. Now you look like a fucking lunatic. This is a really great setup to a story because now you look like some lunatic.
And what would any content involving Bert Kreischer be without his trademark laugh?
And that didn't do nothing. so the,
Dresses Kim Jong-un.
He's on it.
No one's referenced it.
no reference it. So I sat there the whole time. Right? So anyway, so then a year later, Billboard Award.
I got Kim Jong fucked one time by making a Kim Jong joke.
And yet again, Bert tries his best to take the story away from Bobby.
Yeah, anyway.
Keep going.
Can I finish?
I'm dying to hear.
So a year later, the Billboard Awards goes, we're going to make it up to you.
Okay.
So I go, what is it? They go, we know you love Star Trek. I go, fuck yeah, keep talking. And they go, well, how about a sketch with you and William Shatner? So I fly to Vegas. He's not there for rehearsal. It's just me at a fucking poker table. Then he finally arrives. He walks in the tent and he looks at everyone and I go, he looked towards me, you're out, you're out, you're out. And then they put me out of the tent. Yeah, he just wants to do his own thing. I go home now? They go, yeah, sorry.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe for more future content. This was just a little piece of this podcast. I'm going to be doing an in-depth on the full episode, but I just found this part so funny. I just couldn't get through it without laughing, so I felt it would make a good first video. So that'll do it. I got a lot of videos coming up, so stay tuned. Until then, this is Modern Jester. Stay laughing.